Hello everybody, this video here is to do an overview of the RouteVision screen. I'll follow up with more specific videos and specific features inside the RouteVision screen, but this video here is going to go over the different parts of the screen and just give you the basics. So first off, the RouteVision screen is a visual representation of what's going on in the route builder. So you can see right here there's color codes for each route that coincide with these over here. If a driver is actually logged in on a route, you will see them actually logged in on this screen. I apologize, 1 second. Okay, so over here you'll see that I am actually logged in on this one particular route, and that's denoted by this truck right here. Okay, so I'm going to go over kind of what's on the top here. First off, you got the depots. Most companies are usually only one depot, but I can flip over to different depots inside Route Builder, inside RouteVision. Okay, so obviously this is our date calendar where you can flip around. Right over here, this is the different views. Over here is the clock, and this is refreshing every 60 seconds, or you can do a manual refresh of the map. Now, going down here in the bottom, we have different filters. Now, the filters down here, this one here is like what I like to call the live view, and this is the playback mode. Now, the playback mode, unfortunately, I can't really show a real. Well, in fact, hold on, please. Now, I was hoping to be able to show a playback one, but unfortunately I do not have a live database of data to work with to show the playback. But I can go over what this is going to do. Hitting the live playback mode, a person can go inside here, pick one of the drivers, and then hit the play button. Now, this is obviously going to show me, and this is where I'm at right now, and where I've been, and where it's been pinging. Now, if I was out on the road, it would show the exact path that I travel. What I like to do here is I like to just hit the end button, and it shows kind of where it started and where it ended. But again, this would show positioning. So I can go ahead and zoom in right here, and you can see the time of each position. Okay, so I'm going to go back to live mode. And I do get this a lot where people call in and say, I can't see my maps, I can't see my routes, and a lot of times this is what the problem is, because they're in the route replay mode. Okay, so we have different views. This of course is the normal like easy view, and this is the map view. I personally like this view right here. I think it's easier to look at, but if you really want to look at the actual satellite view, you can definitely do that too. Okay, so over here we have different filters, and these different filters allow us to be able to shut off and be able to see more or see less. And then over here we have the filter that you're probably using the majority of your time on. This filter right here, the hide completed stops. Any stops that have been completed inside the route builder, which would be over here, any stops completed over here on this route will fall off of this map. Okay, so for instance right here, I'm looking at these 3 stops have been completed on my run. So when I click on this button here, I can see them or not see them. So this option here will make it so as stops are being finished on the route, they'll just automatically remove from the map. This right here actually shows roaming devices. Now, what is a roaming device? A roaming device is a device that's actually logged in, but is actually not logged in on the route, and that would be this right here. So here's my truck that's out there on the road, and here's the roaming device. Now, the other options here is this right here will show hotshot unrouted orders. The ones in this color right here represent anything that's not today, so it's further in the week, and this one here represents one for later in the week. So what's nice about these is if I go ahead and dispatch these stops, they'll actually color code with that route. So for instance, if I'm working in the route builder, I'm going to pick this stop here. That is the Cleveland Track Bessemer. So it's over here in my route builder, and I believe that's over maybe right here in the lower east side. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, so obviously I'm going to take this stop and I'm going to dispatch it over to the yellow run, and I'm just going to publish it. Now, as soon as I do that and I do a quick refresh on this screen, you can see it's been color coded with that route. Again, these ones here happen to do with the stops that are for later in the week. That are they're hotshot orders, but then they're not priority stops. And of course, this is a filter that allows you to see them. This here represents unrouted stops for later in the week. So this would be like auto scheduled orders that are for later in the week. You can see a couple of them right there. And here's another order late in the week that actually has ordered product on it. Okay, this over here will actually show some service calls if you have any service calls out there for your service techs. And then finally, this over here shows unrouted orders. So when I say unrouted orders, this is what works with your future routed stops. So these are stops that are on routes for later in the week. So for instance, if I was to click on Monday. So these are routed stops later in the week. So what this filter does, it shows them, okay, what do I have for later in the week? These are unrouted stops for 9-2, 9-3, and 9-4. So if you're out there, when the drivers are out there on the road, they can actually, or whoever's working in dispatch and they're trying to find extra stops for a route because he's got extra ice, they can use these filters to show me what's going on for tomorrow. Oh, so they can look up here and say that there's actually 4 stops that if this guy had extra ice, he could shoot him over to probably get through the rest of the week. Okay, now over here we have the inventory summary. This here will show you a live visual of exactly what's been loaded on the truck, what's been sold, and what's returned. And obviously I didn't put a lot of inventory on the truck here, and when it surpasses the inventory, the number goes into a negative amount. But the entire day you'll be able to see over here exactly all your trucks that are logged in with loaded inventory, and you'll see what they all have left. Now going into the map itself, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up this filter a little bit to see just what I want to see. So first off, these orders. Now any one of these orders, I can access the order just like I can in Route Builder. I can click right there and I can get right to the stop. And I can view information about that stop, maybe even see sales history or things like that. I can go and just click on the order. And just like in my Route Builder screen, this will take me right to the order, and I can make edits to the order right on the fly. So if I'm looking at this the RouteVision map, and I might say, okay, and save it. That there will save it right. That will go ahead and save it right there. Now at the same time, my truck, just like I can in Route Builder, I can access the truck. I can click on the truck and I can see the inventory, but obviously I can see that up here. But I can access the reconciliation report immediately just by clicking the name. So here's a reconciliation of everything that I've done so far on that particular route. So all day long you can be looking at all your trucks, and you can click on any of these trucks while they're live and go ahead and see exactly what's going on with that particular truck. Okay, so that is the overview of RouteVision. I'm going to make a couple more specific videos on different little things that you can do inside using the RouteVision alongside with Route Builder. But if there's any questions on this, please let me know. Thank you.